All right, everyone. Thank you once again for joining us on Overshot, a paintball podcast. We can't wait to get into the episode we have with Chris Dentale of New York Blackout. We do a nice little World Cup preview as we get into what they were doing to get ready for Division 2 and all of that kind of stuff. But of course, before we get into the episode, we handle every beginning part as such, and I'm going to tell you about Zana Sports, man. Zana Sports has been with us from the beginning. They are truly a fantastic company for all your soft goods needs. That's right, whether you need joggers, version 3 joggers are out there, fantastic, very breathable. They make custom jerseys. The Islander jersey you see behind me, wow, I can't believe I used the right finger right there, is from them. The divisional team I play on, Slug Kings, we use their jerseys. The Overshot jerseys are theirs. Their stuff is really great, fantastic, high quality stuff. And I couldn't recommend them anymore. Their website is diezanasports.com. And if you would like to get a discount, you use code OVERSHOT when you check out, and you'll get 10% off your order. Whether you get a hat, a t-shirt, a jersey, pants, a lanyard, you'll get 10% off it if you use code OVERSHOT. And once again, that website is diezanasports.com. The other company that does a great job helping us out is Volcano. They make the best gear bags all round. They're truly perfect, the perfect size, and the best feature that I love about them is that they're a backpack, they're not a roller bag. So for those national events, or whether you live in the Northeast like myself and it's rainy and crappy, you're not dragging it through the mud, you toss it on your back and you're just ready to rock, man. Another feature that I really like about this bag is that it has a little straps on the side for you to put your gun fully set up on. So you could just have your gun, loader, tank, barrel, the whole 9 yards right to the side, and you could just unzip and bang, you're ready to rock as soon as you get to the field. Their website is volcanousa.com, and the code there is OVERSHOT10, and you'll get 10% off your bag or your t-shirt. The Expand 2.0 bags are really sweet. I see them all over the place. And now, time for me to tell you about Evil Gerbil. Eric is always coming out with the freshest head pieces in the game. Sews everything by hand. And his stuff is really great, coming out with the limited drops, which I think are super cool. I only have his head game, Touch My Head. Truly great, whether you're getting a wrap or just a headband. Thick fabric, like I said, hand stitched, very nice. He also does jerseys and pants. He's getting into the pants are pretty new. He's been doing the jerseys for a little bit, but his Real Tree jerseys, again, really sick, very, very cool. And if you would like to get something from him, his website is evilgerbilpaintball.com. And if you use code OVERSHOT, you'll get 10% off what you've got. I really do suggest you go check him out. Links for all these will be in the description of the podcast. You can just click on that and head right to the website. And if you haven't already, I couldn't urge you anymore to please subscribe to the podcast, whether you watch us on YouTube or you listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Please leave us a review. It means a lot. It helps us go up in the ratings and iTunes and Spotify and the ranks throughout the world of the podcast. And without any further ado, here is the episode with Chris Dentale of Team Blackout. Enjoy, guys. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Overshot, a paintball podcast. You have once again found your way here, and we appreciate it. Today, we are with Chris Dentale of Blackout, formerly Master Blasters. Chris has been on the show before, so if you really want to get his whole backstory and that stuff, go listen to the previous episode. We'll get into that. But this is going to be a Super Cup-centric episode. So, Chris, welcome to the program, dude.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be back. Had a good time the first time. Ready to do it again.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry, not quite the nice digs you were in the first time. We're a little remote this time, but it'll be just as fun, I promise.
Cool. Awesome. Ready.
Even without Nick. Fuck Nick. I'm just kidding.
Oh, man. Good watch.
But like I said, we're coming up on Cup, and I know you guys just had a good 2-day practice for fans of Play the Game. Steve, you kind of said that you guys practiced them on Sunday, and we'll get into that. But Saturday, I know you guys spent a lot of time really just walking and looking at the layout. And without giving away too much, what were your kind of first impressions of the layout?
I like it. I like it a lot. It's pretty. They did away with the W, and they literally brought it back by building it, and it's
Yeah.
awesome again. I mean, it's a cool field. That wall in the center of the field just mixes things up. You don't get out wide, and somebody gets lost in there. You're gonna get chewed up. You got to. I mean, we were playing. Well, we can talk about everything. So east side, we played a D side heavy. You get lost in the Doritos. All of a sudden, you pop it up in the 50 or in their D3, and it's over. If you are lucky enough to get in the snake, you get all the way down there and you're shooting everybody in the side. It's a cool field. That giant bunker in the middle really spices things up when you just can't see who's coming through. You know, it's going to play fun. It's going to be it may play fast unless you lock it down. But I think overall it's going to be a good field, and I'm very excited to play.
Yeah, I'm excited. I like the fact that you can't see the other start box really from the like when you guys are lining up. Like if you really want to see where the guys are, you gotta kind of move out a little bit either way, which I think is pretty sweet.
It's the tops of their heads, and that's pretty much it. You know. So, but if somebody's low, they come up right up through the middle, and then when they get up high, as they get to the 50, they shoot right over at you. It's pretty cool. It's a cool build.
Yeah, for sure. So something that I've heard other people say is that the snake was really hard to get into, but once you got into it, it was like super rewarding. And if you could control it, was that something that you guys found also a little bit harder to get into?
Hard to get into for sure, but if Pat or Jesse were getting in there, they're crawling all the way down because the corner it's the outside of the wing is so low for you to actually be on the tape. If you have somebody shooting that, you're pounding that corner, nobody can stop you. So
Right.
it's going to be huge, a huge advantage to teams that actually are able to filter somebody in there.
Yeah, no, I think that's going to be a clutch also. And for people who aren't as familiar as what, although and I we're pretty close to all you guys, who are you guys bringing down and who's going to be on your roster for this event?
Okay, so it's going to be Nick, obviously, myself, Travis, Mike, and I think everybody knows everybody by first names.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Jesse from NWO, Killer, and
Awesome.
we have Ron with us as well.
Oh, Prisoner, let's go.
Prisoner's with us, yes. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, I can't wait for Cup. So, do you guys know who's in your bracket yet? Are the brackets released for the divisional guys? Do you know who you're playing?
I mean, not that I know of. They could be. I don't think so.
It doesn't matter.
I don't think so
Five
either.
dudes weekends, right? I don't think so either. And then, now going into Sunday, I know you guys had a good scrimmage at Long Live with a couple different teams. How did that go?
Yeah, well, we were supposed to have Brave and Wrecking Crew. Brave bailed out last minute, so we pretty much had the second field to ourselves and Wrecking Crew all day. Tropic Thunder came later on.
Nice.
We didn't play many points with them, but we did a lot of breakout drills with Wrecking Crew and then a lot of points with Wrecking Crew, and overall it was solid practice. We shot a lot of paint, shot a lot of people, got shot a lot, learned a lot, and this weekend we're really planning to lock things down.
Yeah, I know you have a little bit of history with the Wrecking Crew, but how good is it to have a good team to practice? They place really well at these national little events, so having a good team to scrimmage against, I think, is a big deal.
Huge. They got a good coaching staff over there, and their players, they're all good. There's no weak link on that line. So it's to practice a team like that can filter anybody to any position. It only benefits us. So it was like I said, it was very productive Sunday, and then we have them again Saturday and Sunday this weekend. So
perfect. I was going to say that kind of leads into my next question, which is what do you guys have coming up for this weekend, the last practice weekend before Cup?
Back to LLP. We got Wrecking Crew again, and then the newbies will be out there as well. They were saying
Awesome.
More newbies will be there Sunday. I'm not sure which line will be there Saturday.
Nice. No, more teams that'll give you good looks.
Yeah, 100%. Not only will they give us good look, we'll learn a lot from a higher division team. So
right. Even Wrecking Crew, like you said, Marcelo coaching them, and those guys are really they'll probably give you better looks than what their rank says.
Yeah. No, those guys are good players. They're going to move after this year. I would imagine right to D2, and it honestly wouldn't surprise me if we see them go right to semi-pro.
Oh, for sure, right? Making that big jump.
No, they're a serious team. They take it serious. They practice hard, and I wouldn't, like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if we see them in D1 next season.
Right. So the future of Blackout, I know the team was kind of put on like a little bit of a break. You guys weren't playing speedball. If you want, you can get into the whole Master Blasters thing. But after World Cup, what's on the docket?
Look how excited he is.
I know. We'll get there. Calm down. Stop foaming. Take a drink of water. So the future of Blackout, is this going to be a one-time event? You guys just going to play World Cup, or you got what's the deal?
I mean, we played the first TSXL, and I think that solidified us being back because we had such a good time. We took first, and we just missed speedball. That's what we played the second TSXL. We took second to the newbies, who took second the first event, and that's how we kind of like met each other because we're like, hey, you guys are a good team. They're like, hey, you guys are a good team. Let's practice. That's fun. So that was a good relationship that we made there. But after those two events, we're just like, we just missed speedball. And not saying that there's anything, not to love about the mechanical movement, but speedball is where it's at in our minds for right now. So we'll play Cup, and then that's not going to be our last event. We're going to be, next season we'll go strong with the speedball. But don't be surprised if you see us on some mechanical teams next season as well.
You guys just love paintball.
That's it. All formats. We love it all.
All formats, baby. Big games. Him, dude. We
like
it all.
Big games here and there. Only if we're playing under a certain general, right?
Living Dead next year, dude. I'm telling you, we're mobbing out.
Only be there if we can muzzle load first strike rounds.
Whatever you want, baby.
I'm in.
Let's do it. So while I got him grinning like the butcher's dog, I'm sure he's got his own questions, but I mean, you don't have to really go too much into it, but I mean, I got to ask, obviously the Master Blasters is a bit of a separation going on there. You guys aren't playing with them anymore. And it's you, Mike, it's Nick, it's the whole kind of crew. Even if it's just briefly, kind of what happened there. And do you plan on really playing mechanical more in like of a more serious tone, or is it going to be more of a fun, more amateur style thing for you going forward?
Well, all right. So we definitely want to play mechanical. Whether or not we play at the pro level will kind of be what we decide.
It's still up in the air.
Say we have 100 teams reaching out to us because they want us to play, but we may have an option to go the pro route. If we do that, awesome. If we decide to take it easy and just go crush beers in the parking lot and have fun, we'll play in the amateur division, But as far as the separation from Master Blasters, we're me and my guys. Everybody knows who my guys.
Yeah.
Are. We're done with them, and we've moved on. And speedball will be a priority, but like I said before, we'll probably be seen on the mechanical fields. The separation was no good, and it was kind of spur of the moment, but there was a lot building up to it. So I know it was definitely a shock to some people. I was getting messages from people that I have never even met in my life. Like, you tell them with Master Blasters, I'm like, who are you?
How did you get this number?
Wait.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm Wayne.
It was crazy. But yeah, that's all. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. But for now, that relationship is gone. And on to speedball again.
Yeah, right on to the future. So let's take it more into like, I guess, more a little bit of a fun stuff. I got a little game we're gonna play later, but I mean, Oliver Lang is back in paintball, man. So I mean, Waldo too. We haven't even talked about this. Me and you. I mean, the both of you guys. What do we think? Is he gonna be good? Is he gonna stink? Is he gonna be there just to sell headbands? You think?
I mean, if you play at that level as long as he did, paintball becomes like a part of you. So I don't think you're gonna see him go out there and just flop.
Yeah.
I also don't know if he's going to be in the starting lineup, given how Dynasty has been playing. I don't think he's going to walk in like he owns the place anymore because they've been so dominant. But who knows? He's Oliver Lynn. They could throw him in the starting body in any position on the field, and he could absolutely crush it because he's done it for so long.
Honestly, if he goes in and does well, I quit because it's not fair if he takes 7 years and just goes in and crushes a bunch of pros. It's not fair.
Let me tell you this: paintball is a joke. John Woodley took 6 months off, and then did one practice, went to Chicago, and was the MVP of the event.
That's it. It becomes part of you if you play it that long. That's it.
Yeah, like he said, you know what I mean? Like Chris could take off a year, he would be better than me. He could take off 10 years. He'd still be better than me if I played every day from now till 10 years from now. He's going to be better than me.
I feel like if I played with my eyes closed.
10 years off. He could be Oliver Lang coming back 7 years later. Do I think Oliver Lang is going to be better than Ryan Greenspan? No. No, but do I think he's going to be better than Mike Urena? Yes. So what does it matter? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be fine. Like, listen, he doesn't have to be the guy. Dynasty was already probably going to win the event. Now, with Oliver Lang, they're definitely going to win the event.
Yep.
They're going to win. There's no. What do you got against it? It's like the magic of the Yankees in the late '90s. Like people, like it was just like you're like, wow, I can't even believe that happened. You're like, well, it's the Yankees. Like that should always happen. All that weird shit. Like the magic of Oliver Lang is just gonna like, if for some reason it's close, which it won't be probably, but if for some reason it's close, the magic of Oliver Lang coming back is just gonna work out. Like the last time he came back. Like, you know, like he took a year off and then like came to World Cup and they won, and like they didn't win all year. They won all year this year, except those stupid minor events, which I don't know. I think that's also something stupid. I think that's just it forced pro teams to spend money at 5 events, or now 6 events with World Cup or whatever. But anyway, that's just my opinion on it.
So I got like put like a different spin on the same question. Do you think that it's good that he's coming back this year because they need the development of their younger players like Mikey Arena, and like you were saying, there's a good chance that Oliver Lang is going to be playing better than him, but arguably for the betterment of the team dynasty, Urena needs to be getting these spins and be getting better because he's the future of the team. Like it might be cool that Oliver is back for this one event and they might win this one event, but how good is that for the team going forward next year?
I mean, it can't be a bad thing. You know?
I think Oliver pulls the best out of people, so you know we'll see. And I know Oliver is going to be the first person to sit if he's not one of the best 5. So when Urena or Damian Vasquez, who they picked up, like if or Arturo, even though Arturo is older, but he's still one of the newer guys. If any of those newer guys play well, like they're going to keep them in. It's painful. You know what I mean?
Right, you got to play who's hot, and I wonder if
You got to
too
play
having
who's hot.
Oliver on the team would maybe unlock even Mikey and all those kind of guys. Maybe having him there would like, you know what I'm saying, help them maybe see the field in a different way that unlocks the game. Because Oliver's got that weird way to communicate, you know?
Like Waldo said, he's going to bring the best out of people.
Yeah.
You have just a name like that on it. You saw what happened. You know, you saw all the forums, people posting back, and like older people are like freaking out, fanboying over the guy, you know? Which it's definitely going to be cool to see him come back, you know, after all those years of doing so many great things. And, you know, it's only going to make the rest of his team perform top notch, you know?
Hopefully, we're going to see in like a week and a half. We're going to find out.
I'm excited.
Cup's gonna be. I'm actually, and I'm usually not ever hyped about World Cup. I'm actually very hyped about that. I'm hyped about, you know, this whole pro cup or whatever they're labeling it as. You know, like so it's like Dynasty, Heat, Impact, and Tauntauns are playing for seeding, and then there's like 20 other teams, and there's some like European teams. You know, there's Tauntauns, there's Tsunami from Latin America, there's Lucky 15s from England. So there's like all these teams coming over. So like you'll be able to see them for the first time playing in the States to really see how these European teams stack up against these American teams. You know, so we'll see if Lucky 15s is as good as, you know, NYX or any of these other teams. Seattle Thunder or any of the, you know, so I think that will be interesting to see. I also like the idea of this. They have a youth division. They have I think they're calling it the Commanders Cup. It's like Army versus Navy versus,
Yeah.
and then Marines and Air Force. So that's pretty cool. So I mean, plus there's going to be a bunch of TSXL teams there. Like Tropic Thunder, Wolves. I think that I know the Trappers are going to be there. Blackout's going. Leverage. Well, they're not a TSXL team. They played it in the past. So Brave.
Newbies.
Newbies. They play my thing. They ref my thing. they played. They've ref. They've done everything under the sun. But they have many lines. Many lines.
They do it all. I play with Andy and Greg Hastings tournament paintball too. They do it all. But so
I was
Chris,
supposed to be in Greg Hastings.
I know Black Eagle Squadrons, and it makes me sad whenever I come across them and you're not there. Terrence is.
Unbelievable.
I know. Fucking Shields.
But anyway, so
that's Chris's best friend.
It's my buddy. Specifically in the scenario.
Black Eagle Squadron. But so other than X-Ball, are you playing any of the other things down there, Chris? They have like whatever 10-man, 7-man mechanical mounds.
Anytime you talk about mounds, you have me interested. I don't think anybody's planning on bringing mechanical guns because we plan on playing for a while.
Yeah, you plan on playing on Sunday for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You can't go down there and go through all this and not plan to play Sunday. So we'll see how it goes, and maybe we end up on the mound Sunday. I hope not, but whatever. We'll see what happens.
All right, that's typically how that kind of thing. It's like more of a throw together type thing. It's like, fuck, we didn't make it. Yeah, we'll go play.
Yeah, exactly. If you haven't had enough paintball and you're out, boom, get on the mounds, play the 10-man, whatever.
Dude, Russell played last year. We played like one day. It was like, oh, you got kicked out of this? Oh, he's playing this. Oh, we got kicked out of that? He's playing this. I'm like, Russell, how'd you even get on these teams? Isn't it like past the deadline? He's like, no, I got like 10 minutes. The guy put me on the roster. I got to run to the and give him my ID card or some shit. I'm like, all right, dude, whatever.
Fucking Russ. Too funny.
You down there?
I think he lost. I think he has the record of losing the most games in one day because he played on like 6 different teams and lost every game.
Record to be proud of,
Harsh.
What he gets for stealing our name,
That's true. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Oh, Wolves Blackout.
Yeah.
Steal our name. They beat the hell out of us.
They're not going to be a team next year.
What the hell?
And neither is Philly Blackout. They're not going to be a team next. They're not going to use that name again.
They're done, huh?
Just so everybody knows. No, they're not. They're just going to rename.
Did you spark this?
No, well, the guy was talking to me. I'm like, oh, a Philly Blackout. You're going to play TSXL next year. And he's like, no, I really didn't even like that name, and there's too many Blackouts. I'm like, I agree. And he's like, yeah, we're going to go back to a different name. And I'm like, all right, sounds good, dude. You don't want to mix match brands.
No.
So they're and Wolves Blackout was going to be a thing because most of them got kids or something like that. So then they're not going to be a team anymore. So that leaves them all up for.
Chris like, they got kids and that stopped them. Interesting.
Free agency.
Crazy.
People need to man up,
Never stopped Chris Dentale.
It almost did.
Almost.
Close.
But so, Chris, are you guys going to be bringing a coach down there with you guys?
Oof. All right. Well, we're gonna have a guy below me, right? I don't know if he is on the other screen, but whatever. Waldo will be there. He's gonna be a pitmaster, not so much a coach. I think we're going down with a level enough head on the 7 guys that are playing that where if somebody's playing bad or somebody sees something that where somebody else can improve, we're gonna say it without I think we're past the stage of being crazy New Yorkers are just yelling at each other in the pits,
Right.
I think we're past that stage. So if anybody has anything intelligent to say to one another, I think we'll do it in a calm manner. as far as us having an actual coach there, Trav's kind of been taking the lead. But he's also a player, so he's not going to come down there as a coach. He's going to come down there as like the guide of how things are going and what the game plan is.
Right.
But then again, it's going to be all like it's just going to be collectively decided, I guess. I know usually when you do that, it doesn't end well, but we're gonna try to keep it together. And then next season we have a long off season to figure things out, and we'll go from the end of the cup to next season, and maybe next season we'll show up with a coach.
Right. But that's one of the benefit of you guys being like literally so close. Like for those of you who are just saying and don't know you guys, outside of what we're talking right now, like you and Trav and Nick, and I mean, you guys are very close. So it would definitely make it easier for you guys to call each other out. Like
100%. Even if we had some new guys, we don't really have shame. We're not really.
They don't care.
So, no, but we got Jesse and we got Ron. Ron we've known for a long time. We used to practice with him at PSI since we started practicing, from Woods Ball. So
Right.
we've known him we haven't played on the same team, but we've known him forever. And I don't know how I didn't say Pat before. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking to myself, that's only 6 guys. Who's the one more? And I forgot Pat. Maybe it's because he's short. I don't know. Yeah, probably too. But and then you add Jesse in, and he played on NWO for a while, so we used to practice with him back in the day. Trav was his teammate, and he just gelled immediately. And he plays real well on the snake side, so him and Pat just kind of like, they clicked real well, and then we all just get along really well. So I think it'll be a good environment in the pit, even if things are not going our way. I think we'll be able to calmly, fix what's going on and come out on top. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I said, Met goes back to you guys being all close friends. I think that's really going to help because you're not afraid to call each other out. All right, cool. So more layout questions. What were some of the more difficult things that you guys were trying to do that I guess per se were not working? Was it like maybe like a snake attack or something? What was something you guys, or even something that you did was like, that didn't work? Like, you know what, we're going to stop fucking doing it. Whether it was like, I don't know, maybe Jesse going to the corner and he was getting shot every time. Like, dude, stop going there. Were there any things that were really giving you guys a hard time on the layout?
So this is what we've been talking about. And I haven't really watched like the BKI like breakdown or anything like that. I know it's huge, and I'm sure I will watch before the event. But we've been arguing back and forth with the humbucker. Like, is it even worth it, or is it better to just take 10 steps out and now you're at the tower or the can or the juice box rather, or is it beneficial to just go up the field right to what we're calling the money, the center can, and just be either wider than the center jackpot, as we're calling the center 50, or be further up the field? Because if you get trapped in the home, it sucks. You can't really fill out because you're up the Dorito or up the snake, and you're trapped. So we're really going back and forth with is it worth laning from the home immediately, or is it worth it to just 10 balls up the gut and bug out? So that's our biggest thing, aside from just getting someone in the snake, which we were able to do. We had guys go off break, made it a couple times, got shot a couple times, had them secondary from the god. So the snake, and that's an issue. And then the home bunker. Is it even a viable bunker to play? Or is it just like a fallback if you need it? That's where we're at.
Situation.
Yeah, we're going to solidify whether or not we're playing that Saturday and Sunday. And then we'll go from there. I'm not going to say we're never going to play it because it's the home bunker. It's the easiest bunker to get your gun up and have cover off break. But the majority of the time, I don't think you're going to see anybody in there. I think you can see us off the field and out as wide as we can get.
Yeah. So what made you guys bump from Division 3 to Division 2?
You know what? We've just been playing long enough. We see all these other teams going up and doing work that we've been playing with for years, and honestly, it's like so my fault. I should have taken things more seriously, 10 years ago when we were doing the same thing we're doing now. And we would be so much more structured.
Yeah.
I want to say, like, this is probably the first year that I'm like taking the speedball serious. You know, I'm not going to say I didn't take it serious in the past, but as far as getting to practice, communicating with the squad constantly, you know, and exercising, not just being a fat shit watching TV on the couch my off time. You know, we're trying to really do this thing now. So we figured why not bump it up a division and we'll see what happens. You know, and I think
Did you play semi-pro at a point? No,
yeah,
so it's not bumping down a division.
his idea was like, yeah, let's take a bunch of these Division 5, Division 4 players and throw them on a semi-pro squad, and we'll send them out there. And his name was Waldo, and yeah, I had a ton of fucking fun. And honestly, if we could have kept that together with the same guys, you know, I would have just kept doing it and get shit on and just get shit on and shit on until we figured it out, you know, because I had so much fun. When you're playing against somebody that's at a superior level than you are, it just brings out the best in you. You know,
And you shot a couple of those guys, right?
I shot a lot of those guys. You know? I had a freaking great time doing it. You know, it was a little frustrating, not going 0-4, but you know, I had a great time going 0-4.
Yeah.
We definitely could have beat Wolfpack.
We should have beat Aftershock. We should have beat. I won a 3-on-4
too.
Aftershock and embarrassed those last two kids, and we couldn't pull it off. That was.
How much was Timmy? Timmy was going to give me money if we won one match.
Yeah.
Like, if you win one match, I'll give you $1,000 or something.
We should have won one. We had some good points. You know, we did. You know.
But no, dude, iron sharpens iron. Like the only way you're really going to get to their levels if you put those guys on their level, dude. So
you got to be practicing, you know, people at that level or better. You know, you go to, your local field and you practice guys, and nothing against low divisional players. I was one. I still am one. You know, nothing against them. But if you're practicing guys that aren't as good or, not even at your level, it does nothing for you. The only thing you learn are, how fast you can get to a bunker and how fast you can get your gun up. You can only work on gun skills. You can't work on the whole team aspect, on what happens if you're in a low body situation. Because if you're playing people that are less superior, don't matter if you're in a low body situation, you should be able to pull off a 2-on-4, if you're playing guys that have been, playing paintball for a year. So now hopefully we found a groove where we got some good competition, and we can only benefit from it.
No, dude, for sure. And like you're saying, you got to play the better players to get better, because they're gonna get to a certain point, like you're saying, the way lower, like worse people. I'm trying to figure out the words I want to use here, but the way like lower divisional players move and behave isn't the same as higher divisional players play. So that it even fucks with your head, like watching them behave, because the better players are not going to behave that way. I don't know if I even worded that right. Did that make sense?
I understand what you're saying. If you're a Division 5, Division 4 player, you do sporadic things that are not thought out. You're a high division player, your paintball IQ is up, and your moves are well thought out, and it's not just a chaotic move. And sometimes those chaotic moves break open a game and they work, but that's how you play. It's at a different level,
Right.
So, and all right. So you take us in the woods ball aspect. We used to play ourselves or a bunch of walk-ons that nothing special.
Right.
Our first practice we had as Blackout, we played Thunder. And that was an awesome practice. We had them basically to ourselves. We had the Raptors and the Cubs were out there with us as well. And Raptors, Cubs, they're the same line. I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
But they're the Cubs now. They're the Cubs now, to be politically correct.
Sorry.
Everyone left the Raptors besides one person who owns the Raptors, and now they're the Cubs.
Gotcha. Yeah, so we had them and Thunder out to ourselves all day at high velocity, and it was awesome. Playing pros. It was a good day. So we can only build from that.
Yeah, dude, I love having those guys in our area. Like I can't even tell you how many times I'm on there on holidays and there's nobody else there, and it's just like Robbie and Chris or whatever, and we're doing drills. It's sweet.
It's fantastic. And they're good players.
So good.
Yeah. So.
But all right, cool, man. So
so how do we think Thunder's gonna do?
I think they got a pretty nice bracket. I think we're definitely going to see them play on Sunday.
That's what I think as well. And then, depending who they draw is whether they I hope they advance. You know what I mean, man? Shout out to Robbie,
Hey.
shout out to Joey, shout out to Nick.
Hmm.
And Jared, because if I don't shout out Jared will
Yeah, shout out Jared. He looks like he could beat
Jared
me up.
Jared
So.
messaged me one day. He was like, "Yo, man, why don't you ever tag me in anything?" He's like, "I'm like, because you're not my friend on Instagram." And he goes, "My bad, bro."
Follow it immediately, right?
Yeah. I got a follow and a like, and all of a sudden, like, when people like go in and they just start liking all your pictures or whatever. Like it was just like Jared Chester.
All of a sudden, yeah, he has liked all your stuff. Ba 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 ba. But Chris, and as we're
he was mad that I tagged everybody but him.
oh well. So you guys light the world on fire. You win World Cup in this division. You go in next year. You guys play well. Is the plan for you guys to keep moving up until you guys hit pro? Like, what's the deal? Let's just say you guys win out D2. Are you guys gonna bump up to D1?
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. This is a feeler event. All right.
Feeling it out. All right, I gotta put you on the spot a little bit. I'll put you on the spot a little bit.
Yeah.
Would you ever ref a tournament again?
Would I ever ref? Okay, I'm gonna tell you what. I didn't mind reffing that tournament. It was a fun. That was my first real event that I reffed. It was fun. It was fun. As a one-time thing, because that was a long ass 2 days. That was a very long weekend. So
Shout out to the refs.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, my brother ref the one, and we're in the car. He's like, yo, I'm never fucking doing that again.
It was a long 2 days, man. It's just, you're somewhere around like 3 or 4 o'clock. You're like, all right, we got to be wrapping this up soon. And then somebody comes over and like opens the page and we're like, folds it back. And he's like, all right, we're on the second page now. And it's just a long ass list of games. And you're just like, oh, what did I do? And then the next day it was day 2. Oh God. It was rough. It was rough.
The things we do for you, bro.
Yeah, no, I listen. The refs are the number one enemy, right? I feel bad. We're always talking like that after those couple days.
Everybody should ref at least once, at least one day.
I think anybody that plays speedball should ref just to see what it's like. And they probably wouldn't give the ref such a hard time. They see what it's like, especially late in the day.
Right?
Yeah.
Or the second day of a 2-day event, you definitely take it easy on them.
Or if it's 100 degrees out and the turf's extra 10 on top.
Yeah, no, I don't want to think about that. I haven't done the turf thing yet.
The turf, and that's actually one of the worst. Is that when you stand on that turf for so long in the sun, dude, your feet are on fire.
Yeah. So Maryland ICPL 2 years ago, people were saying that their cleats were actually like melting and like the soles were ripping away from the actual shoe itself because it was so hot, which is insane. It's insane.
Yeah, well, that was the one we played.
So stupid.
That was
the one we played.
I didn't play that. I heard that from some of the guys that reffed that event, and they said that they were going to die on the hyperball field, which is turf out at OXCC. Yeah. I wasn't allowed to play that event because I had a child. My wife had a child. I was told to stay home.
Yeah, we played it.
You did.
I should have played against the All-American too. We wouldn't have Brian Cantana and Ross in the back waiting. Lose. Or tie. Sorry, we tied. That's a loss in my book.
Against the Lynch brothers?
Yeah, I don't like that. I really don't like that. I don't like that. But what I do like is, this is why I've always liked him. I've liked him even before this, but I had Phil Martucci play on my team, and shout out to Phil Martucci.
Great
He's
guy.
the best.
Greatest.
He's the
The
best.
greatest.
Any day of the week.
Greatest. I'll play with him in I'll play with him in speedball. I always remind Mike and Rob Lynch their first win was because Martucci shot a guy in a blizzard. By the way, it was blizzard out. The guy's coming down the field thinking everybody's dead and like dancing with the flag. That's when you would actually have the flag in the center, and he was like dancing, and then Martucci came out and was like, boop boop, shot him in the face and grabbed the flag out of the kid's hand and tied it. And they're like, "We love you, Martucci." And I was like, "You just told me to sit this guy like 10 minutes ago.
Love
You didn't even want him on the field."
it.
Dude, I love Phil. He's the best.
Phil's a great guy. Great guy.
I'm coughing. I'm waiting for Waldo to unfreeze, so I want to ask him about WTS.
Yeah, he's broken pretty bad right now.
All right, cool. So while you're still here and not frozen, do you have any other plans while you're in Florida? I'm a big proprietor of when you go to these things, try and do something else, or is it strictly business? You're going there just for the gold?
I mean, like I said before, we're trying to take things seriously for a change.
Yeah.
You know?
No partying, no strip clubs, no nothing, no bubbles in the fountain, all business.
I'm not going to say there won't be any beer in the house, but I think for the most part, we're trying to take this serious.
Yeah, no wives, no girlfriends, just the boys.
No, none of them are coming. We almost had everybody come, but you know, it just didn't work out. You know, because one girl is not going to want to come if they're all not coming. You know what I'm saying? So I almost had my wife and 2 kids come, and then everybody kind of just started dropping out, and then it was like, all right, you know, if Steph will have no help with the kids while we're playing, then like it just wouldn't work.
I just think, can you imagine if Steph was the only one to show up with your 2 kids and none of the other girls showed up and she's there with your 2 kids as you're trying to play?
I mean, she gets along with everybody, and everybody would. They all love her, so they would all help with the kids. I'm obviously the father. I'd help with the kids, but it just gets hectic in the pit, you know. So
probably a little bit, right? A little bit.
A little bit. It's hectic when you're not, you know, getting ready for a point around here. You know, if they didn't just go to bed, we'd hear them ripping the house down behind me.
All right, exactly. And finally, as we always try to normally close this out, is I don't even know if you guys have any, but sponsors, dude. Shout out to the dudes that show you love, man. I know Carbon does your jerseys. I don't even know if you guys even have sponsors, really. Like I said.
So, all right. So that was a big thing with the other guys. You know, we had a long list of names on our jersey. Now we have Carbon jerseys. We got Cousins. They do things for us. We got High Velocity. Another local field on the island. They do things for us, and Nican. It's a commercial building company. They do things for us. They like paintball, and they want to see us do well.
Dude, nice. I love it. Keep it short.
That's what we got, man. I'm not gonna read a list like you know, pointless names. You know?
Yeah. No, I like that too. And like I'm at the point now too where like we're talking about this with the slugs because they were talking about, you know, like trying to be locked and be a certain team. I'm like, trust me, the freedom to be able to use whatever you want is actually really nice.
Yeah, we got Eclipse, we got dye, we got everything out there.
That's what they're saying because they're like, oh, should we be a dye team? We can get a nice dye package. I'm like, dude, you don't want to be locked into that stuff. You really don't. Like, I know it sounds like it's great, but take it from someone who's done that and someone else who's also done their package. Like, nah, you guys should pass on it.
No, yeah. You know, if somebody's going to come and hand us stuff, we're going to take it, obviously. And we'll
hey, FREE, that's different. Now I'm talking. Now I'm listening.
Yeah, exactly. It's free. It's for me, right?
Exactly. But yeah, like I'm not into the like, yeah. What's their package? I think it's like 1,200, and you get everything. But like,
yeah.
I gotta promote you. Like it should be free. If I'm promoting you, this shit should be free. That's it. If it's gonna be on my jersey, and if I gotta say, hey, thank you to Virtue, like my shit should be free.
Yeah, 100%. But that's not the case. We put the names on that of people that do things for us, and that's it for now. For now, like I said, this was a short season for us. We'll see what next season brings. You know, this is like I keep saying, this is a feeler event, and we will go from here. But I think like I said, we got a good group of guys. Everybody's been playing a long time. Everybody knows how to play. Everybody's a decent player. So more than decent, I should say. You know, we got some killers.
So. No, you guys do, and it seems like you're locked in from like the little bit that I see. And I know Dylan helps you guys pit, and he's kind of involved in you guys camp a little bit. I always pick his brain and ask him questions and stuff like that. It seems like you guys really are trying to take that next step, and I'm excited to see where it goes, man. I really am.
Once we locked Dylan in, it was like, all right. that's a little bit of weight off of our shoulders. You know, we're going with 7 guys to play, so we're pod running our. I mean, we'd probably find somebody down there to pod run, but now we're going with Dylan. So now it's like, you know, not only do we have somebody that's going to run pods and help us in the pit, but it's somebody else that plays. You know, decent player. So it's another set of eyes watching what's going on when we play. You know, so that's that. I mean, we got the 2 guys that are going to sit because we play 5, and now we have another set of eyeballs in there that are also watching, as well as getting ready to you know, for the next point. You know, it's going to be good. It can only benefit us having him around, and we're going to throw him a jersey that says Pod Guy, and hopefully he sticks around for next season too.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. He loves you guys. We talk about it all the time, man.
Oh, we have a great time. He's another good guy. We just get along. Everybody gets along. We have a good time. That's it.
Dude, exactly. So, well, officially from the podcast going on, good luck, man, at World Cup. We're pulling for you. And to our listeners, man, we'll catch you all in the next episode. Take it easy, guys.
See you later.